Hey y'all, welcome to my X Talk weekly-ish series. And if I did this video correctly, you should be watching this on YouTube. So if you're new here, welcome. If you are not, welcome back. I am Xavia. I like to jump on weekly when I can. My kiddos keep me pretty busy, so a lot of times I fail, but I just like to jump on and share a little bit about what's on my heart. And today I want to talk about October. I feel like this month is coming in hot, and I just wanted to jump on and share the 5 things that I will be doing to protect my energy this month. Now, I'm all about staying prayed up and protected on a regular basis, and there's some things that I do regularly, no issue, but there's other things that I tend to fall off a little bit from time to time, and I'm just making it a priority to double down in October, because October is really giving wild card, left field, curveball energy. There's so much going on astrologically, spiritually, energetically, politically, globally, and I just want to be on my P's and Q's because that's kind of how I'm feeling. And I just wanted to share it in case it helps anybody else. Even if you're not watching this in October, even if it's way past October 24 and you come across this video, whatever month you happen to be in, this might be really helpful, because these again are general tips and things that I do on a regular basis. I'm just really doubling down for the month of October because it just feels extra extra shaken and not stirred. So I'm dialing way in on diligence, but these are things that you can pick up in your daily life on the regular basis. They're not specific to October. Again, October just feels a little feisty, a little fiery. So these are the 5 things that I will be doing to protect my energy. And I just want everybody to keep in mind, while October may have quite a few wild, abrupt changes and major plot twists for some people, a lot of people, I want to make sure to stress the fact that I don't ever encourage approaching challenges from a space of fear. I believe in approaching them from a place of awareness and a place of intention. So it doesn't mean things won't happen. I just like to mitigate as much as I possibly can. So first thing is, I am making sure to double down on my spiritual hygiene. I am staying prayed up and protected, and I have a very regular prayer routine. At this stage of the game, if you're still raw dogging life without a prayer routine, okay. As for me, I stay covered. I do my prayers in the shower, which for me makes sure that I won't forget them. My brain works with routine and habits, so building it into my shower for the past, I would say 4 or 5 years now, so I don't miss that. But also, spiritual hygiene is things like the baths that I take, grounding that I do. Grounding is going to be very important this month. Get your feet in the grass, take some salt baths. You really want to stay grounded this month. Spatial cleansing, making sure that I'm wearing my crystals. I don't know if anybody remembers when I mentioned lapis back in January for the yearly forecast, but I really feel like, even though it has applied all year, I feel like it really was meant for the month of October. So I will be diligent about wearing the crystals that I use to manage my energy and my protection, and actually meditating. This is something that I fall off with from time to time when my life gets super busy. But really, the prayers that I do in the shower should not be the only time that I'm connecting with Source during the day. So actually sitting and meditating for at least 10 minutes a day is something that I'll really be putting some energy into this month. The second thing is also something that I just kind of tend to do on the regular, but I'm just watching my circle, watching who is around me. People's energy influences us more than we know. Even if it's not super overt, it still can have a really big impact on our own energy. So I like visuals. I like exercises that really help me see things that I might not be paying attention to. So there was an exercise that I did that was super helpful for me. So try, see if it helps. Take a piece of paper, mark 4 rows with a marker, Sharpie, pen, whatever. At the top, write the name of what I like to call my dailies, people that I interact with on a very regular basis. If I'm around somebody more than 3 or 4 times a week, I put their name on this paper. On the second row, you don't have to do this, but again, the visuals just really help me. I put either an arrow up, an arrow down, or a dash for neutral, meaning this person's energy doesn't really affect mine. But an arrow up if there's somebody that fills my cup and lifts me up, and an arrow down kind of drains and drags my energy a little bit. And then on the third row, I put on a scale of 1 to 10, how much does this person's energy impact me? 1 for I barely even notice a shift in my energy when I step away from them, to 10 being like, I need a nap after I see, talk to, engage with this person. And it's not to say that somebody that maybe say affects you at like a 4 or 5 isn't somebody that you need to make adjustments with, because even if somebody's impact is smaller, if you're around them for long periods of time, it can still be detrimental to your own energy. But somebody that impacts you less, you would adjust that time differently than somebody who just completely wipes you out within like 5-10 minutes of being around them. So again, this is really just an awareness exercise to bring your attention to where there might be some leaks in your energy. Then on the fourth row, I wrote, am I around this person by choice, or am I around this person by obligation? There are some people that we cannot avoid, whether it be family, friends, coworkers. There are some people that we cannot necessarily avoid altogether, but we can be mindful of how much we protect ourselves when we're around them. And that ties back to some of the spiritual hygiene practices. But if visuals help you, you might find that this is a little bit of an awareness leap and a little bit of a breakthrough. And you might see some places where you might need to adjust your time in certain settings. So for number 2, I'm just watching my circle and adjusting accordingly. And again, I'm pretty good with this on the regular, but for October, I'm just paying a little extra attention. Number 3, so along with my circle, I will also be watching my mouth very closely. But we're gonna call number 3 just slowing down in general, because for me, it mainly applies to my mouth. But slowing down is really what I'm trying to do across the board. And again, I'm not sure who else is feeling the tension, because it's really been building all year. This is not just an October thing, but this is like all year. Things have been coming to a head. Things have been coming to a boil. October is more so just like a pressure cooker with no more capacity. So there's going to be ways that pressure pops off. And I'm already feeling that tension. I'm already feeling a little feisty, a little reactive. So I'm slowing way down. I'm being mindful not to overbook myself. I'm giving myself extra time for everything, thinking before I speak, checking myself before I react. Again, this is something that I generally do, but for October, I'm feeling like I need to keep this reminder pretty close. And this kind of piggybacks on slowing down, but number 4 is being mindful of my transition time. And this might just be for me and my fellow neurodiverse people. I'm not sure if this one will apply for everybody, but I'm more likely to get overwhelmed when I'm hopping from work mode to mom mode to errand mode to dinner mode I'm more likely to get overwhelmed if I don't take 5 minutes in between. If I'm just rushing and my day is super back to back, I'm so much more likely to get overwhelmed, which will definitely make it harder to think before I speak and check myself before I react. So this might be personal for me, but I'm really being mindful to build in transition time in between the different modes that I have to switch in between in a given day, which again, something that I know to do, I do sometimes. In October, I'm just making sure that I do it a lot more. It's so easy for things to fall apart for me if I don't give myself time to decompress. It usually involves 90s R&B and hip hop, maybe a snack, some intentional breathing, but I really need that in between time to stay regulated. And the 5th thing is I'm listening. I'm listening and I'm leaning in when it comes to my intuition and my guidance. And all of the other things that I'm doing are just helping me to do that. Again, this is something that I do regularly. I get dragged pretty quick when I don't listen to my intuition, so I'm fairly good about that. But sometimes when things get a little bit more challenging and I'm a little more reactive or emotional, it can be harder to hear that guidance. So I'm really making sure to take the time to listen and lean into whatever it is that is coming to the surface. Because again, this probably will be a fairly challenging month. But the thing is, it's for our benefit. it very much, especially while we're in Libra season, it very much is a balancing the scales type of energy. So even though some of it may be a little more volatile, it really is for our highest good in the end. So the more I lean into that versus fight it, doesn't take away the challenge completely, but it does make it a little more manageable, a little bit more of a smoother ride. So listen to your intuition, people. Even the small, even the weird, even the seemingly ridiculous, I would really suggest leaning in and listening to the guidance that you get, because it really can make a difference when it comes to navigating through not only this month, but really till the end of the year. And again, listening to your intuition in general is a good thing, but I would just pay extra attention this month. And just a tip on intuition, one of the key ways that I distinguish what is my intuition versus what is my ego is the fact that it comes through with no emotion. It's just very matter of fact. If it's coming from your ego, it's probably going to be charged with some kind of emotion, but a flash of knowing has no emotion, and it generally comes as quick as it leaves. But even if it only stays with you for a moment, it usually resonates pretty deeply. That's how you know it's your intuition. And that's it. I always preach protection, so these things are really good year round. You could use this as just a general guide. I'm just making this specific to October because when I sat with the energy, it felt like, again, a pressure cooker that is past capacity, that is probably going to pop off in a way that is very unexpected and probably creates quite a shift in your life. So hope that's helpful. Stay prayed up, stay protected, like and follow for more. And yeah, I think that's enough for now.